Base Yujiro is enough for full power Musashi. I'm not gonna lie, this is low-key a possibility when you look at the fight and consider one thing. The second Yujiro Hanma activated his demon back, that's the moment in the fight where he took the lead and dropped Musashi on the ground, followed by Musashi unleashing his full power. And if you think about it, did we see Yujiro Hanma's demon back at any point after that when he was facing this full power Musashi, getting slight cuts here and there? Even Yujiro's activation of the demon back was quite unique in this fight, coming out in a quick instant and not actually blowing off his shirt like it has in pretty much every other time in the series. With no indication after that it's really still active, I recommend rereading the fight and having a look yourself. It's quite interesting, meaning it's possible base Yujiro is equivalent to full power Musashi, or it's very possible that demon back Yujiro is way above Musashi. And this is also interesting when you consider that Baki Hanma himself, throughout all his fights against Musashi in that arc, he never once activated his demon back as well. Yes, he pretty much lost the first exchange and the second major exchange was cut short, but I would say he was doing better in the fight up to that point, and that was still base Baki, meaning this hot take does have some slight validity. Let me know your thoughts down below. Join the Discord if you want to take part in future hot take videos. Yujiro has never had a fight where he was pushed on screen. I disagree. Any fight where Yujiro was forced to unleash his demon back to win is pretty much him being pushed. For example, Dopporochi, Kaku, Musashi as I just talked about, Baki, etc. While not unwarranted, the fanbase obsession with Jack is hyperbolic and he will never defeat Baki. Yes, of course, this is very possible. When they do have their rematch in Baki Rahen, it could be the case that Baki just defeats him once again. I wouldn't be insanely shocked, however, I'm just praying it's not the case, and I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people expect. I think this hot take can, sit here by itself and, go into the trash. Jack should not be fighting amped fodders anymore. He's not a new character, and he already showed that he deserves a good fight. Itagaki drags the Jack arc out. I agree to this somewhat, especially with the current events regarding Hanada and the cord cutter taking up a majority of Baki Rahen so far. Yes, it's cool to see these returning characters stronger than ever before. However, we've already had many fights set up for Jack. All of them are pretty much far more interesting than Jack facing the cord cutter, which is about to begin based on the recent chapter. So I pretty much agree with this. However, I do think it is cool to see the fodders per se amped up in current Baki. Neither Yujiro nor Yujiro took a rocket/bomb explosion head on. Well, that is technically true. We've never seen a rocket or any type of bomb hit him in the head. However, regarding Yujiro's situation, take these panels. In total, they used over 1,000 tons of ammunition, bombings from the sky, bombarded from the sea, all on this very small island which had one man, Yujiro Hanma. I think it's pretty safe to say he tanked a bomb head on by that point. Kaku Kaioh low diffs every character at once during the maximum tournament arc, Yujiro included. It's pretty wild to say every character at once, however I would like to claim that Kaku defeats any one of them in a 1v1 and could probably take out Yujiro, Baki and Jack in like a gauntlet type fight. That's how much characters have gotten stronger since then, something people still need to realize. Kaku should fight again and show a different technique/different aspect of his offensive and defensive Zhao Li. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't personally think he's going to fight again, considering how in every time we've seen him since his fight against Yujiro, he's been in a training position and he's pretty much just getting older and older, meaning his desire for fighting is probably long gone at this point. However, I do think it would be pretty cool. Maybe Jack needs to fight him and test the might of the Hanmas again, or maybe Katsumi having an all-out fight against him to show how much he's improved. I think that would be pretty cool as well. Hanada throwing Hanayama once doesn't mean he is better. Well, of course, I don't think many people are saying that, but the big issue in that scene is Hanada supposedly knocking out Hanayama. If you look at the panels, that may be the case, For example, Hanada was able to run away without Hanayama realizing. It's pretty clear that he looks fairly dazed when rising, so if that actually occurring, Hanada is a lot stronger than I guess we expected. However, I don't think he has a chance against Hanayama in like an all-out fight where he isn't running away or anything like that. We need Oliva vs Pickle, battle of primitive strength versus evolved strength. Definitely agree. Baki even thought about this matchup when facing Pickle, and it is, I guess, more of a possibility than ever considering both of their recent improvements. Pickle's improvements are unknown and more so physical based on how he's looked. However, Oliva has definitely gotten a pretty significant buff in power. After losing against Sukune pretty much low diff, he returned after his rehabilitation and defeated Sukune. Yes, this was a Sukune that was injured from his Jack fight, even shown with bandages on his body and of course his missing finger. However, the way Oliva won that fight and how easy it was with his ball technique, etc., I would actually have Oliva back around the top when it comes to the ranking within the Baki universe. I just hope he fights some of the other top tiers, namely Pickle. And speaking about another top tier he needs to fight, something I'm actually going to do a video on probably next month sometime, Hanayama vs Oliva, which is something I definitely want to happen in the story, and even thinking about the matchup, it's very interesting, so I guess stay tuned for that. Pretty much agree with this. Oliva is full of ups and downs throughout the series, not really facing someone directly on his level that much. Motobe still beats Jack. Something that is very well a possibility. Motobe had pretty much the biggest rise we've ever seen during the Musashi arc, and that has pretty much carried over until current Motobe, not having a fight since then, but seems to be greatly respected by every other character since having that showing against Musashi. And now in the rematch, he definitely has something up his sleeve, especially after actually seeing Jack's fight against Sukune, now having an understanding of his martial art and how dangerous Jack is, which is something he's been expressing to the other characters. However, I of course disagree and believe Jack is going to defeat him in the rematch. Musashi would have beat Baki if the fight continued. Something very possible. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the fight so far was looking like Baki was slightly in the lead, but it's very clear that they're both relative and Musashi at that point wasn't going all out. Likewise for Baki, meaning I would say it's still an either way. However, based on everything in the arc, I would say Musashi full power during Baki Dao is stronger than Baki full power. However, now at this point in the story, I would say Baki is stronger than Musashi back then. Biscuit is still number 2 to Yujiro. Disagree, I don't think many people believe this at this point. We need Garland to be buffed up, get stronger and fight Oliva. America vs Russia gonna be fire. Yes, I think that would be pretty cool. Rather than people like Hanada returning, how about actual monsters in the story that had a significant impact for their time, namely Garland, who knocked out Hanayama, destroyed Shiba, and naturally pushed Jack during the Maximum Tournament. Got destroyed by Sikorsky after that in pretty much an off-screen fight, however still had far more of an impact than someone like Hanada, or even the cord cutter had in the story, I'm not gonna lie. Jack will not awaken his demon back, rather he'll make his own new type of demon back, and not angel back. Agree, I talked about that in this video here. My theory is that there's a new steroid he'll ingest mid-fight, making what I dub the artificial back, and then pretty much talking about the stuff in the Maximum Tournament. I think this is a possibility. In his fight against Baki, he did kinda enter this evolved, transcended steroid state which we've never seen again. This occurring for a second time in combination with a different type of back would be pretty cool. However, I'm still on the train that Jack could just unlock the regular demon back, especially with the recent stuff about Yujiro praising him. Motobe with prep time over base Yujiro. I low-key think this is fair. However, against current Yujiro, who I believe is stronger than ever before, another video also in the works, I don't think that would be the case. Maybe during the Musashi arc, yes. However, let's not forget, Motobe did run for his life from base Yujiro during that arc itself. Current Baki could 2v1 Hanayama and Oliva working together, high diff. Definitely a hot take, probably one of the best hot takes in today's video. Is this the case? Of course, let me know your thoughts down below. I think this may actually be possible. A lot of people should kinda stop sleeping on Baki at this point. We saw him defeat Sukune in like 1 second, while characters like Jack struggled, Oliva lost in their first fight and struggled slightly in the second, and Hanayama has been done dirty in recent time with Baki Rahen, so this could very well be the case. And that's all the hot takes for today's video. Check out the other stuff in the description, become a member for more greatness. Of course, shout out to the current members, the Mad Lads, subscribe, and that's it guys. Peace.